What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's a pretty good day out today, nice and sunny and mildly on the temperature. It's about 50 degrees, but it's gonna get warmer today. We got a little bit of a wind, but it's a good day compared to what's coming. All next week it's gonna be in the 30s and in the teens, so we'll have a cold snap probably before it starts warming up for spring. That's what we usually have. Then it'll go straight up into the hot temperatures around April or so. But all the chickens are out today. It is warming up a little bit in the past week. There's some green grass popping up in the chicken pen that they've been eating, and in the main field we're getting a lot of green grass. But pretty good day for the chickens to be out. They've been roaming around taking dust baths too. So now these ducks here are laying better than I've ever had any ducks lay before. And they're all laying just together for some reason right now. But all the hens here are laying, and I got 7 of the hens here, so I'm getting a lot of duck eggs. They're scattered around the pen and in separate piles. They've been laying them in their little house over there and over here by the chickens. They got a big nest, and I was gonna leave it in case one of them went broody for some reason in the winter time, but there's a big pile. Also been giving them to the pig, the ones I'm not taking or selling. But we don't eat any duck eggs really, so I don't have a big use for them other than incubating them or selling them on occasion. But these ducks have been doing really good. I filled up the pool, they've been swimming in it. It's a nice flock of ducks laying a lot of eggs for some reason right now. All the chickens are picking back up on the egg production. Days are going to start getting longer soon, and we'll be into spring before we know it. But they're starting to pick up, and they went from nothing. This has been one of the worst years I've ever had for eggs. And they dropped off to like no eggs for a couple weeks, and they were sitting at under a dozen for a while. But they've picked up to yesterday I got 15 eggs, today for that, around the same number, so they're picking it back up. And I think that this might be one of the best years because I have a few young chickens that are going to start laying too. I didn't catch it on video, but just now I had a rooster fly in the chicken pen that's not mine. There's a cat up there on the barn. I don't know what he's doing. But I had a rooster from the neighbor's field. They have like probably, I don't know, 5 chickens. I didn't know they had a rooster, but it's a good looking Buff Orpington rooster, and he flew in here in the middle. He was walking on the other side of the pen by the chickens. Some of the hens were looking at him, kind of talking to him, but he flew in here and landed right there, and then I came over there and he flew right back over and sprinted over there. But I'm sure he would have got challenged by some of the roosters, because there's one of the roosters. He's been kind of diligent to the other ones, trying to pick fights here and there. But I have to safeguard that rooster comes back in here, so don't hurt any of my roosters or the hens. This is a nice one. He's grown out nice. This one I thought was a hen originally, developed late. He was supposed to be a hen from a online order. Fred the fat cat over here wanting more food. He's already got his food. But one thing that I think may have contributed to the chickens laying is these Grubterra soldier fly larvae. I've been giving them to them lately. I've gotten a lot of these bags, these 5-pound bags and little bags scattered around here, and I've been mixing it in with their feed. They're supposed to be meant as kind of like a treat kind of thing, but I've been putting them in their feed and giving them the treats. So I think that's a good thing you could give them to boost their laying a little bit, since they are pretty nutritious for the chickens. I'll put a link down below for them. They all know what this is when I bring it out here, but they're just little, like they are fly larvae. They like them. Really, they'll eat anything, but some things they're picky on and they won't eat. A couple of the chickens don't like them for some reason, but I like them as a treat. It gives them nice feathers too, I think, because they've had some of the best feathers I've seen in a long time from those guys. And this poor duck, I'm gonna have to separate her again, because you can see on her neck she's getting kind of ripped apart by those mallard males. But they did this to her last year too, and I put her back in here, and she's been fine ever since. Because if you remember, I had her separated with the pig for a few months, and then in a different pen. In this pen, I had her with a couple other chickens I'd separated. But she's back to getting battered up by them Drake ducks. So I'm gonna have to separate her again. They did this last year, doing it again. And that's the boss, a big boss Jumbo Pekin. She keeps them in check for the most part, but they all really just don't like this duck sometimes. These pigs have been laying like that. They keep laying on top of each other. She'll lay down over there by the sun, and then the little Daisy pig will lay on top of her. She's gotten her winter belly and fluff hair up. She's got a lot of hair on her. But the pigs have been doing good. So I just had to trim this guy's spurs because he's been trying to fight with my oldest rooster, Reggie, over here, the Rhode Red Rooster. He kind of got beat up a little bit. They had a big fight. He had blood all over his face, and one of his eyes got hit a little bit, but it's gonna be fine. Kind of doctored him up a little bit. I let him back out here because he's fine now, and they rarely fight. This happened earlier this morning, but he's better now, and he's an older guy. He's been up there in the head rooster status for a while now, and got a challenger, which happens every once in a while, but get it sorted out. If it happens again, then I'll separate somebody. These ducks have been doing good, enjoying their pond and their big fountain here. We've been getting a lot of rain, so it's been flooding. All this barn has been sitting in water for months because the pond has been so full it's just saturated the ground. There's some dog food out there so they can have a snack. But they're good ducks. I think we might add to the flock at some point this year. Maybe incubate some more ducks, or some of my own duck eggs. Maybe get some new ducks or a different kind of bird. These guys should start laying in the early springtime, since they're just about full grown now. And they got a nice little house to lay some eggs in. A little heater in there, and some shavings. And we're gonna add some plants that they can eat on, so some like types of grass in here. It'd be nice. Just fed these chickens, and I'm ready for it to warm up so they can have some green grass to peck around, and I can use this waterer that has been dormant for a couple months, ever since the freezing temperatures came in. But this morning, one of these red cups finally broke, and I've had this drain so the water didn't get in and crack it, but it broke off cleanly from its little spot. I don't think I'm going to be able to glue that on, so I'll have to just fill in that hole with glue, and I'll probably expand this anyway this summer, because it would get drained within a day because they'll drink so much water, and even the ducks were starting to use it a little bit, but we'll have to get that fixed. Right now I'm just using these pools over there and over in the other pen, and these are what the ducks use really. So we're in the hen house getting some eggs, but they did really good today on the eggs. It's crazy how fast they went from 0 to nothing. I gotta clean these nesting boxes tomorrow. They're due for a clean. When a lot of chickens get in here and lay eggs, they sure dump out all the shavings. But count them up, see how many we got, but I'm guessing over 20 today. Got Reggie over down here. Got him a nice nest. He got a couple spots on his comb. That's really it, but he's doing fine. Got a cozy coop heater over there. That warms that little area up for him. But all fluffy chickens over here. So totaled up, we ended up getting 22 eggs today. So really nice for January. They're picking it up fast. They just had a little bad season there for a while. Winter got to them, but days are going to start getting a little longer and they're going to start laying more. These ducks that are pumping out eggs, they're laying these huge eggs. They look like double yolkers, but I've used a couple and they're just ginormous eggs, not double yolkers. But we'll be doing something with them duck eggs soon. But all the chickens picking back up pace. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.